The latest IRS stimulus check update brings a critical lifeline for seniors across the United States. If you're waiting for a payment of up to $1,400, it's time to prepare yourself for the arrival of those funds. The IRS has started distributing payments for eligible Americans, and many seniors are eager to know when they'll receive their share. So, what do you need to know to ensure that your payment isn't delayed and that you're getting the full amount you're entitled to? First, it's important to understand how the IRS determines eligibility for these checks. While some might think this is just another round of stimulus checks, it's actually part of a broader financial relief package aimed at supporting low and middle-income households, including seniors. The $1,400 payments are designed to help those struggling with rising costs, and the IRS is making sure that these payments reach you without a hassle. But what if you don't see your check coming right away? There are a few key reasons why delays might happen, and knowing how to track your payment could save you time and frustration. Seniors who are enrolled in Social Security or Supplemental Security Income (SSI) benefits might have a smoother process, as the IRS has often directly deposited payments into their accounts in the past. However, if you haven't received your payment yet, it's worth checking the IRS website for updates or even calling their help center for assistance. You might also want to verify that your payment details are up to date, as the IRS uses the most recent tax information to issue these checks. Don't miss out on this essential financial relief. With inflation rising and the cost of living increasing, the $1,400 could provide much-needed breathing room. Whether it's for everyday expenses or medical costs, these payments are designed to make life just a little easier. To stay ahead and ensure that your payment comes through without a hitch, make sure you're informed and prepared. Keep an eye on your mailbox and bank account, and if you're eligible, these funds should be in your hands soon. If you haven't received your IRS stimulus check yet, you might be wondering what the next steps are. The good news is that the IRS has been making great efforts to ensure that payments reach eligible Americans quickly. However, even with that speed, there are some common reasons why you might be experiencing a delay in receiving your $1,400 payment. Before you jump into panic mode, let's take a deeper look at what could be causing the holdup and what you can do about it. First, it's essential to note that the IRS determines your eligibility for stimulus checks based on your most recent tax return. So, if you filed your taxes in 2021 or 2022, the IRS is using the income data from those returns to calculate your payment. If you didn't file taxes last year but you typically receive Social Security or SSI, the IRS will also rely on those records to issue your payment. For most seniors, that means if you are in these programs, the chances of you getting your payment automatically are quite high. However, even if you're enrolled in one of these programs, there are still some things that can cause a delay. For instance, the IRS may need additional information to process your payment, especially if you've experienced changes in your income or living situation. If you've moved recently or had a change in your direct deposit account, that could lead to delays. Make sure that your information is up to date with the IRS so they can reach you without any hiccups. Another reason your payment might be delayed is that you may not have received the first 2 rounds of stimulus checks. If this is the case, you'll need to act quickly and check the IRS's official website for updates. The IRS has a tool called Get My Payment, which allows you to check the status of your payment and even track when it will be sent. This tool can give you vital insights into whether your payment is being processed, if it's on its way, or if there's an issue that needs to be resolved. In cases where there is an issue, you'll likely receive a notice from the IRS explaining what the problem is. The notice could be as simple as needing additional documentation, or it could mean that there was an issue with the bank account number you provided for direct deposit. If you haven't received any communication from the IRS and are still waiting for your stimulus check, it's important to stay proactive. Take a few moments to check your bank account or mailbox regularly. You don't want to miss out on any important updates or instructions on how to resolve a problem. It's also worth mentioning that the IRS is sending out these stimulus checks in waves. This means that some people will receive their checks sooner than others. For example, if you filed your taxes early and have your direct deposit information on file, you may get your payment first. On the other hand, people who filed later or have a more complicated tax situation may see their payment arrive a little later. Don't be discouraged if you're still waiting. Payments will continue to be sent out over time, and there's a good chance yours is on its way. But what if you've checked everything and you're still not sure why your payment hasn't arrived? In these cases, it might be helpful to contact the IRS directly. You can call their toll-free number or visit their website for more information. Just keep in mind that the IRS is experiencing a high volume of calls right now, and wait times can be long. If you're unable to reach them on the phone, try their online tools, which might give you quicker answers. It's also a good idea to check your IRS account online to make sure there isn't a problem with your filing status or any outstanding issues. The IRS offers a secure portal where you can view your account information, see past payments, and find out if there are any errors. If you're unsure of how to access your IRS account, there are plenty of resources online that can walk you through the process. Now, let's talk about what to do once you've received your $1,400 check. If you're like most seniors, you're probably looking at this payment as a way to help cover basic living expenses. Whether it's paying for food, utilities, medical bills, or other necessities, this money is essential for many of us to get by. The reality is that while $1,400 might sound like a lot of money to some, for seniors, it's often just enough to keep up with rising costs, especially when it comes to healthcare, prescriptions, and other senior-specific needs. As a senior, you might also be facing unique challenges when it comes to managing your finances. If you're not sure how to make the most of this stimulus payment, it's important to think about your priorities. First and foremost, if you have any immediate bills that need to be paid, such as rent or utilities, it's a good idea to take care of those first. These essential expenses should always come before any luxury purchases. If you have any medical expenses, such as co-pays or prescriptions, consider using part of the payment for those as well. However, there are also opportunities to make your $1,400 go a little further. For example, you might consider using the payment to build or replenish your emergency fund if you don't already have one. Many financial experts recommend setting aside 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses in case of an emergency. While $1,400 might not cover 6 months of living expenses, it's a good start, especially if you don't have much saved already. Another option is to use some of the payment to take care of any home maintenance or repairs that might have been put off. If there's a leaky roof or a broken appliance, this could be the perfect opportunity to address those issues. Many seniors find that their homes need more upkeep as they get older, and this stimulus payment could help cover some of those costs. It's also important to think about your long-term financial goals. While the stimulus payment is meant to help with immediate expenses, it's never too early to start planning for the future. If you're able to, consider putting part of the payment into a retirement account, such as an IRA. Even small contributions can add up over time, and it's important to ensure you're financially prepared for the future. For those seniors who are still working or receiving income from other sources, you might want to consult a financial advisor about how to best use your stimulus payment. A financial expert can help you develop a strategy that fits your unique needs and goals. They can also guide you on how to invest the money wisely or allocate it for future use. But of course, we all know that not every senior is in the same financial situation. Some may be struggling just to make ends meet, while others may be doing better financially. For those in more difficult situations, it's important to know that you're not alone. There are other programs and resources available to seniors that can provide additional support. For example, if you're eligible for SNAP, Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, you could use your stimulus payment to apply for food assistance and stretch your dollars further. Similarly, if you're having trouble paying for your medications, you might qualify for prescription assistance programs that can help lower your costs. Many pharmaceutical companies offer discounts and programs for seniors to make their medications more affordable. There are also nonprofit organizations that specialize in helping seniors access the resources they need. While it might be a challenge to navigate all the available options, there are resources out there to assist you. If you're unsure where to turn, don't hesitate to reach out to local senior centers, community organizations, or government websites that provide information on benefits for seniors. The IRS stimulus payment, while a temporary fix, is an important tool for helping seniors stay afloat during uncertain times. With the rising costs of healthcare, food, and basic living expenses, the $1,400 stimulus check could provide much-needed relief. However, it's important to understand how to track your payment, resolve any issues, and use the funds wisely once they arrive. If you're still waiting for your payment, stay proactive and make sure your information is up to date. If you've received your check, consider using it to address both immediate and long-term financial needs. In conclusion, the IRS stimulus check is a much-needed financial boost for seniors, but it's essential to stay informed and proactive about the process. The $1,400 payment may not solve all financial challenges, but it can go a long way in providing relief and peace of mind. Whether you're using it for bills, medical expenses, or building your savings, this payment is a valuable resource that can help you navigate these challenging times. Remember, the IRS is working hard to ensure that payments reach those who need them most, so stay patient, keep your information updated, and use your payment to improve your financial well-being in both the short and long term.